start? I don't feel so good.
You're all right.
I don't know what's happening. I don't know. Hurry. I don't want to go. I don't want to go, sir. Please. Please, I don't want to go. I don't want to go. Sorry.
And here we go.
It's the comic book bullies.
Man, you come right out of a comic book.
It's the comic book bullies.
You will bow down before me!
It's the comic book bullies.
Now I am the master.
It's the comic book bullies. It's the comic book bullies. Welcome back to the Comic Book Bullies with Nerd is the New Bully. I'm your host Leroy, aka Giant Size Man Thing, with my co-host Eli, aka the Bi Beast.
Oh, I was gonna say the sensational she Eli.
Oh, well, that'll work too. Goddamn SJW. Why they gotta replace Eli with a woman?
PC bitches.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just anything to piss you off. So yeah, next week we're gonna be PC. We're gonna be both women. So yeah. What are we talking about? Yeah. Okay, so big news been happening this week. All this bunch of crazy stuff. We had two giant-sized companies fighting over a property, and it's been flooding my timeline. And Eli, I'm sick of it, so we're gonna just get it out the air so we can just talk about it. And it is Popeyes and Chick-fil-A.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that's all that's on my timeline right now. I'm pretty sure you've heard about it too, right?
I heard something about Popeyes.
Yeah, you know, they released that chicken sandwich.
There was a bunch of because there's a Popeyes right down the street from me, and it was bad.
And I'm pretty sure it's packed.
mad bumping and shit.
Right. So you're like, what the fuck is going on? Why is Popeyes? So yeah, Popeyes released a chicken sandwich, and for some reason it blew up on social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, whatever like that. So everybody in the world is eating Popeyes chicken because they're saying it's better than Chick-fil-A, which everybody considered Chick-fil-A was the best chicken sandwich out. I guess. I don't know. I agree with that. Chick-fil-A.
I wasn't. There was never Chick-fil-A up here where I am until like a couple years ago.
Oh really?
And,
So you guys are missing out. Here's
and
the
then
thing.
I ate one and I wasn't impressed.
Here's the thing about Chick-fil-A. No, before I started Chick-fil-A, I'm gonna talk about Popeyes. So you got Popeyes, you got Chick-fil-A. Everybody's battling over which has the better chicken sandwich. But here's my thing. So you go just like you said, people are flooding Popeyes right now to get these chicken sandwiches. If you go to Popeyes right now, a lot of Popeyes right now are sold out of chicken sandwiches. So how you gonna go to a chicken place that's sold out of chicken? So
Yeah,
that right there makes Chick-fil-A the winner. Because here's the thing, Chick-fil-A food is okay. I love the lemonade, but you know what makes Chick-fil-A stand out more than anybody else, Eli?
That they hate gays or something. I hear.
That too, but we excuse that because they, even though they're homophobic, they do have the greatest customer service out of any fast food restaurant out there.
Oh really? I thought they fucking aren't like open on Sundays and shit.
That too, people love them because they're not open on Sundays and they're homophobic, but they have the best customer service. So you just let some stuff slide. So.
Really, like after church, you don't want to head to Chick-fil-A and get a sandwich and shit.
You want to, but you can't.
Shit.
It said, I'm in Mississippi, I'm in the Bible Belt, so that actually like endears people to them. Like, oh yeah, they have good core values, you know, because they're not open on Sundays, you know, and they hate gays. I don't know. Mm-hmm. So yeah, so they have the best customer service. You go there, people are always smiling at you. When you sit down at your desk, they don't call your number. They bring the food out to you. Ask you if you want anything else.
Culver's does that shit, man.
I know, but I'm saying this is a fast food chicken restaurant.
Well, Culver's got all that shit too.
I don't even know what Clover's is.
Culver's? Oh, they don't have that shit down by you?
I don't have that down here. All we have is...
it's a burger place. Butter Burgers.
Better Burgers. Okay. So they will actually serve the food to you, smile at you, and ask you if you need anything else. Or will somebody come by you and ask you, do you need any honey mustard or ketchup, anything like that?
They got the number and shit. They give you the number and shit, and then
Yeah.
you go sit down, and they'll bring you your food and shit.
And then it rings and shit when it's ready, and it's like, yeah.
Yeah, this is Culver's up here. We got a burger, all kinds of burgers, plus they got chicken sandwiches and fried fish.
Okay, but are they a
Unbreakable.
national food chain? That's the thing.
Well, obviously not, since you ain't got it.
I've never heard of them, so
They're
I
all
get-
over here.
Okay, so yeah, but that's the thing about Chick-fil-A. So the fact is that Chick-fil-A do all this other fucked up shit because they have good service. We let a lot of stuff slide. Oh, and their lemonade is awesome. The lemonade is great. I don't know who makes the lemonade, but it's awesome. So, and I like Popeyes too. But here's the thing, how are we supposed to lose any weight and go on diets with all these chicken sandwiches out there?
Well, yeah. I mean, you ain't gonna diet if you're on fast food.
That's true too. It's not gonna happen. You're gonna shoot yourself in the foot. But yeah. And the thing is, the one thing I'm gonna say about this chicken sandwich and be done with it. Y'all do know that this chicken sandwich Popeyes has had was like 6 months ago. This thing has been out. Nobody knew about it, but because of social media viral marketing, that's what made it blow up. Because they got in some kind of Twitter war with Wendy's or Chick-fil-A or somebody else with a shitty chicken sandwich, and that's what made it blow up. And that's where everybody said, "Oh, well, I got to get a chicken sandwich now." So that's how businesses are going to start attacking us now. They're going to start attacking us through social media and making it think it's our idea to do it.
Okay, cool.
And it's free for them.
I'm a Taco Bell kind of guy.
I can't eat Taco Bell. I ate Taco Bell last night.
But you know what? I like Taco John's better.
Okay, we have in Vicksburg, we have a place called Taco Casa. Like house. I like that better than Taco Bell.
I thought that was cute.
Yeah,
like
it's
house.
Yeah, like Taco Casa, but it's really cool. But anyway, it's
like McDowell's,
right? Not the Golden Arcs, not the Golden Arches, the Golden Arcs. Yeah. Oh man, what other weird news we got before we get to the podcast? Okay, yeah, Hasbro has bought a new company because they're just out there just buying everything. And the
you
newest
have to tell me about this.
Yeah, so the newest company.
I didn't even read the article. I just said, "Oh shit, okay."
Yeah, so the company bought, and I might be messing the name up, it's called E1 Entertainment. But E1 Entertainment actually owns a whole bunch of other companies, and one of the companies is Death Row Records.
Oh
So
shit.
yeah, so Hasbro now is the owner of Death Row Records.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so I guess we're waiting on, the Transformer crossover with Snoop Dogg and Tupac. Who was that? Gomer asked me about it. He was like, what we gonna get a crossover with Optimus Prime and Death Row? I was like, Tupac Optimus Prime, maybe. Bandana around his head, I don't know. Music videos. So, but I know some people were saying like, oh, it's just another company that Hasbro is just gonna run into the ground, because they mad about Transformers. Yeah, Joe. I'm like, Death Row CEO is in jail for murder, and he replaced the other CEO who's also on death row for murder. So I don't know how Hasbro can make this worse. So it's Hasbro; they'll find a way. I'm like, fucking fanboys. Okay, whatever.
Grimlock Chronic or Chronic Lock or something.
I like that. Okay, like Marvel did. Remember who did that? Marvel? Yeah, when they started having like the hip hop variant covers.
Yeah.
Now
that was
Transformers can do that, but they can do it legally.
cool. There you go. Well,
Yeah,
then they
so
that one movie that really one of them shitty. Well, they're all shitty, but, but the one was all, the very stereotypical black Transformer.
Oh yeah, Jazz. He was always breakdancing and
Yeah.
And why did Jazz have to be the first one to die in Transformers? Why the black robot had to die first?
Why did he die?
Yes, he was the first one. I think he was the only one that died in there. He was the one that said, "You want a piece of me, Megatron?" Megatron was like, "No, I want two," and then just broke him in half. I'm like,
Oh,
"You killed the fucking black robot."
I vaguely remember that, but yeah.
I remember that because I was like, first off, he was fucking stupid anyway because he was Eddie Winslow from Family Matters. That's who voiced him.
Oh, was he?
Yeah. And the first thing he came in there, he was breakdancing, was cracking bitches. I'm like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah. We're place to kick it or whatever. Right? He sounded like all those stereotypical video game black characters, like from Jax
like
from Mortal
from Gears
Kombat.
of War.
Gears of War. that
Cold
dude.
Train, baby.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah, they
Dude,
say
like,
damn, and that is whack. I'm like,
that is wicked whack. I'm like, damn, sweaty. But honestly, I'm not even mad at Jazz because Was Jazz a black robot on the original Transformers? I mean, I didn't get. I didn't ever got that feeling that Jazz was a black robot. But in Thundercats, everybody considers Panthro the Black Thundercat.
Yeah. Because
I don't know why we just do.
He was a Black Panther.
That's true, but he was gray. It wasn't like he was black. Now I understand if he was black, black.
Gray, black. I guess they could just paint him black, then we wouldn't be able to see him, right? I don't know.
I mean, you can like blackish purple.
Like how would they animate him? I mean, they
you
did
wouldn't be able to see him at all.
Yeah,
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, because Snake Eyes was black, but he didn't talk. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's true. But at the same time, you could still see Snake Eyes, make moves like that. So you could do Panther like that also.
Yeah.
But I guess it didn't bother. It was like it's a cartoon. It's gray because you want to make everybody vibrant, stick out stuff like that. So make him gray instead of black. Even though his name is Panthro, which is Panther, which means black. But whatever.
He had nunchucks and shit.
Yeah. Why'd you get a black cat nunchucks? What'd you get? I don't know.
Jim Kelly, Dolomite.
Yeah, Dolomite did have nunchucks, even though he didn't know how to use them. But yeah, that's the thing. So yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen with Death Row Records. Death Row Records been dead for like 20 years. No one really cares what Death Row Records doing. Everybody's gone. Dr. Dre's gone. Snoop's gone. Tupac is still around, but
the only one, weren't they only making money off like reissues of the Chronic and shit?
Pretty much. And every mixtape they drop every other 5 years with Tupac, he's still releasing new music. Like how?
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, let me see. Can we actually move to the podcast? Oh yeah, and I will be playing. No, I won't play a Death Row song. Leaving out. Or I might. We'll figure it out. I'm gonna let you pick, Eli. I don't know.
Oh really?
No, not really. Okay, so let's get into the podcast section. Talk about the box office numbers, and I guess it's kind of died down. But Eli, give it to me. What is the number one movie of the week?
What was that flick called? The one with the Something Has Fallen or whatever.
It's another one of those fallen movies. Angel Has Fallen.
Angel Has Fallen.
Yeah, that's the number one movie. I have no idea how many of these made. I know I saw the first one. I was like, it's cool. But they keep making these movies. Like, what else can you say? What else needs to be said with these movies? I don't know.
Yeah. Protecting the black president. Did the last one come out when Obama was still president?
I think so.
Oh,
but was Morgan Freeman president? Because in the first one he was president. I think he was like Speaker of the House. But maybe they killed the president. I never saw the second one. I was like, why have they even made this movie? But it's the number one movie. People want to see it. And your boy Leonid is still making movies. It's like his cash cow right now. You know what? We're going to not pay attention to this movie. And we're going to blink and fuck around. It's going to be like 8 of these movies. Okay. Like Fast and the Furious is going to be like a whole fucking franchise.
Yeah. Yeah, like fucking all the Conjuring and shit. Got like a shared universe and shit.
You'd be like, why do they keep making these damn movies? You're going to sneak up. That's how these franchises are. They just keep cranking the same movies out. Next movie is Good Boys. Number 3 is Overcomer. I don't know what that is. Number 4 is The Lion King. Still hanging in there. I'm thinking I'm hearing that it's the highest grossing animated movie of all time.
Oh, yeah?
I think so. My numbers may be off, but fuck it, who cares? Number 5, Fast and the Furious presents Sean Hobbs. Let me see something. Sean Hobbs was released in China. It was finally released in China. So, as of right now, box office wise, it is $588 million. So it's already crossed $500 million. So
do they like The Rock in China?
Well, they love The Rock in China.
Okay.
Yeah, him and Vin Diesel, they love them over there. So they were waiting on. They were like, everybody was saying that the numbers are low. They were like, wait for China. There you go. So it'll probably be $600 million before 2 days from now. What else we got? Number 6, Ready or Not. I don't know what that is. Number 7, The Angry Birds movie 2. Number 8, Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. Number 9, Dora and the Lost City of Gold. And number 10, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Let me guess, Eli, you saw it again.
I did see it again.
You are single-handedly keeping the movie industry afloat.
It was still packed, man. I saw it for my birthday again. Because the kitchen.
Yeah.
I went to see The Kitchen, but I wanted to see The Kitchen, but it wasn't out no more. I was like, what the fuck?
Oh, yeah. So The Kitchen was gone?
Yeah, it wasn't at my theater no more. And I was like, damn it.
I'm not shocked. I mean, when I went, it was just a bunch of old ladies in the movie theater anyway.
Oh, well, but I read the book, though. I read The Kitchen.
I know we usually save the comic reviews for now, but I'm curious. I can't wait. I can hear what you got to think. What you think about the kitchen comic review, not movie review, but comic review.
Well, the book was cool.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought. The book was cool.
Yeah, just old school gangster shit with women took over and they were grimy. These bitches were grimy as fuck.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, if the movie, like you said, yeah, if they made that a movie, that would be cool. But it sounds like they didn't make the comic a movie.
They did. Like I said, that would have been something different. It would have been like, okay, wow, this is. I don't know. Maybe they can redo it and make it like a TV show or something like that. I don't know, because a movie like that, you don't need a big budget.
Nah, just the sets. I mean, it was set in the 70s, and but no, it was cool. I really enjoyed it. It was just straight up mobsters in the 70s and shit.
Yeah, I was kind of let down, but okay. Oh, yeah, we're gonna do that. Okay, so we talked about the movie. Did any other movie that you saw before we move on?
Yeah, last night I saw the Peanut Butter Falcon.
I heard about that one. That's that Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he befriends this dude with Down syndrome who escapes from his home that he was at. He escapes and goes on the run because he's trying to go to a wrestling school to learn wrestling from his favorite pro wrestler. And then he finds Shia LaBeouf's character, who's also on the lam because he's like he did some crime, so he's kind of like laying low and shit from the law. So they kind of befriend each other and they're traveling. It's kind of like a Huck Finn, Tom Sawyer kind of story. They're just getting in their misadventures. They're on the raft. It's down in North Carolina somewhere, down south somewhere, and yeah, it's just their misadventures, and it was really funny. It was I related to a lot. I have a daughter with Down syndrome, so I was able to relate to a lot of scenes. Choked up a couple of times, and it was just really.
Were there any scenes that kind of reminded you, of anything?
Well, it's it just really, as a parent, I really related to the scenes. It really goes into the lack of care and resources for people with special needs, and that was really. They really touched on that a lot because he hates the home he's in. He loses his family, and no one, that they were his primary caregivers, and so he's forced to go to the state-run home, and he hates it, so he escapes, and just that dynamic of letting, and I catch myself doing that with my kid, like letting them be who they are, letting them do. Not giving them credit for their abilities. That's the stuff they can do. We try to overprotect them and stuff. So there was a lot. It touched on a lot of that. So, like I said, as a parent with a child with special needs, I found it very heartwarming, and it's cool to see that representation. It was an actual actor with Down syndrome who stars in the movie, and from what I understand. He met the directors and said, "Hey, I want to be in movies." And the director's like, "Oh yeah, well, what do you want this movie to be about?" And he just says, "Well, I'm into wrestling and blah blah." So they basically let this dude pitch this movie to him, and they made the movie off of his idea. So
that's actually pretty cool.
Yeah. So yeah, and I heard about it a while ago because I do have a child with special needs, and I get notices. So I heard about this movie a while ago, and that they were making it, and it's been premiering all over the country, and doing premieres, and people with disabilities are being invited to see it and all that stuff. So it's really showing the diversity. When we talk about diversity, the people with special needs, they're another invisible demographic that is underrepresented in the media, movies, all that stuff. So yeah, it was a good movie.
Yeah, I saw a review about it. You said how much? 4 out of 5?
I give it a 5 out of 5. I enjoyed it a lot.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. It was funny. It's heartwarming. Jake the Snake has a cameo. Mick Foley has a cameo. So.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a good flick. It's good. It's funny. Yeah. He wants to be a wrestler. He loves pro wrestling.
Oh yeah. Since I hate to interrupt you, but I actually met Ted DiBiase like a couple of days ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's from Mississippi. So
Did you meet him?
no,
or
I
did you just
met
look
him,
at
met him, shook his hand, talked to
Oh,
him.
no shit.
Yes,
Okay,
it wasn't
cool.
I was 50 feet away from him, and
He wasn't no Neil Adams.
no, it wasn't Neil Adams. No, I actually walked to Ted DiBiase and had a conversation with him.
Oh no shit! How is he? Cool?
It was pretty cool. He actually had like a WWE, like a sweatshirt, sweatpants, and stuff like that on him. Shook his hand. Actually, his son is the same age as I am, and he went to like my rival high school. He played soccer. He was like a big soccer one. Not Ted DiBiase Jr., but it was another one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So pretty cool. Ted DiBiase. The folks when he walked in there, like some of the younger folks that worked there, like had no idea who he was. So I had to Google him on my phone. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so,
Well, cool, man. There you go.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? Maybe come in, man. I'll try for to be the next Virgil. Who knows? So can we get into the shit now?
Let's do it.
All right, let's get into the shit. Like I said, this has been a big thing going on right now with this war going on between Disney and Sony over what's going to happen with Spider-Man, what's going to happen to the next movie. People are pissed at everybody, Eli. People don't know what to point the finger at, who to blame. You know,
Yeah.
when it first dropped off, you know, everybody's pointing the finger at Sony. Oh, what did Sony do? What did you do? You know, because they're always the people that's fucking up. So of course you're going to look at them. You know, then some more news came out and it had Disney looking at a different light. And it was kind of weird. So before I get into that, we actually did a poll on our fan page. Yes, because we have fans. No, we don't have fans. People just always tweet us about how much we suck. I should be fired. That's about it. But anyway, people did answer the poll, and I'm going to actually answer who was at fault. And I'm trying to think on the poll. I don't have the numbers. I just guess. Disney actually won. People actually sided more with Disney in the dispute. I think it was like 181 Disney side. I think it was like 150 something Sony side. So people sided with Disney over Sony.
Of course. They're
Now,
suckers.
Exactly, because you know it's Disney. You can't go against this. Disney can do no wrong. You know,
they were bots. Those last 30 people were bots.
Oh, we got spammed. Okay. Yeah, so, like I said, there's a Deadline article that came out. Anything else that has came out, people are reviewing about. Oh, they're still in talks, and they're gonna make Spider-Man Amazing Friends with Firestar and Iceman. No, they're not. That's bullshit. Stop reading every fucking thing you have. The only thing that's real that came out was Deadline. When Deadline came out and actually spelled out everything that happened. Now, Eli, I read over this, and I'm gonna be biased on this. I'm gonna give my opinion on what I thought. Disney fucked this deal up.
Yeah.
That's just plain as day what happened. Everybody wants to blame Sony. Disney fucked this deal up, and I go in detail about what happened because it was. And the more I read about it, even more fucked up right it was. Now, the way the deal is, Sony and Disney made a deal. Basically, how the deal was, they made a 5-movie contract. That's all. I don't know. Everybody is so shocked and surprised why this stuff is going on right now. That was the deal. They made a 5-movie contract, and the movies have been fulfilled already. Spider-Man: Far From Home was the last movie on their contract that they had.
They didn't realize that Infinity War and Endgame and Civil War counted.
Yeah, all those movies counted. Yeah. So
there's only 2 Spider-Man movies. You fucking idiots.
Right. And even when Kevin Feige made this deal, even back then, he said this deal isn't going to last forever. And when it's done, this deal probably will never happen again by any other company. You know, like you sharing the rights for this because it's just too complicated. Because basically how they originally signed the deal, there was going to be a 5-movie deal with Spider-Man. He was going to be in 3 Marvel movies, and he was going to be in 2 solo movies. The 2 solo movies, Sony was going to put up 100% of the finance. So it was going to come out of Sony's pocket. Disney was going to be the one. Kevin Feige was going to head it, and he was going to produce it. They was going to use Marvel Studios to produce it, but Sony was going to foot the bill. Now, whatever profits came from those 2 movies, the solo movies, Disney got 5% of like the first week's gross. But that's 5%, you know, all profit. They didn't put up any money for it. There's no risk on their movie. So even if the movie flopped, it's no risk on Disney's part. That was Sony that would hurt.
Yeah.
You know, so it was all risk on the part. So people saying the 5% was nothing. It's all profit. It's no risk. All they got to do is just actually show up, do all the work. Sony pays the money, and it's done. So that was the deal. Now, to be fair, it did feel like Disney kind of got the short end of the stick. It did, but it seemed like they had to because Spider-Man belongs to Sony. That's what people understand. Sony is never, ever, ever going to give up Spider-Man. They're not going to do it because he grosses too much money for them. Hell, Spider-Man and PlayStation pretty much keeps the lights on for Sony. That's pretty much it. That's all people know about them. So Spider-Man's not going anywhere. So yes, Disney had to bend over backwards to get Sony to play ball. So it kind of, was in Sony's favor to get them to play ball with it. Now they knew at the end of the 5-contract deal, they knew it was going to be, Disney was going to ask for more money. Sony was fine with that. Sony was prepared to, okay, we know 5% was a little bit low. We know you're going to ask for a little bit more. That's cool. Let's work something out. Disney came out with this bullshit deal saying they want half. Yeah. Like, how you gonna go from 5% to half? And people were like, well, yeah, but that's different because Disney said that they were gonna put up half the money. But that also means Disney gets half control over Spider-Man. That means they get, more influence on what Spider-Man can and cannot do. And here's the thing. At first, it was just on the Holland movies. What they were getting 5% on. This new deal, Disney was going to get 50% over all Spider-Man related movies. Venom 2, Spider-Verse, Aunt May's solo movie, Morbius, don't matter. They were going to get half of all that shit. And they wanted Venom.
I would go see an Aunt May. So.
If it's Marissa Tomei.
Yeah.
I probably would.
Just dating, all these different, Marvel characters. Well, they can't use Marvel.
Not anymore. So that was the deal.
Hey, don't Sony own Valiant?
Do they? I don't think so.
Where wasn't Valiant
some unknown company we never heard of on them, but Sony is producing that Bloodsport.
Oh, Blood
Moon.
Shot.
Bloodshot. Yeah, that guy. Vin Diesel. Yeah, so Sony is producing that movie. I don't think they own Valiant, but they are producing that movie. So
yeah, that's what I meant. Like they're gonna do a Valiant verse.
Yeah, I think they're doing all the movies. So I think they licensed them out.
So there it was Spider-Man versus Bloodshot. Oh shit.
If they were smart, they would do that.
Yeah, they would.
But this is Sony, so that's the thing. So basically, Disney seemed like they were trying to basically kind of low-key buy back Spider-Man from them, take control of Spider-Man from them. They were like, no. We see what the fuck you're trying to do. You're trying to get Spider-Man to take full control of him. No, we're not going to do that. And then you're going to take half of all of our money. Now, people saying, well, you still get 50%. That doesn't make any sense. So let's say the next Spider-Man movie makes $1 billion. That means Sony will make $500 million from them. No live-action Spider-Man movie has ever grossed less than $700. So that'd be a dumb deal to make. Even if you do make less money making it on your own, you still keep that money all to yourself. Yeah. Hell, Venom did $800.
Yeah.
So why the hell would they split half the profit with Marvel? Just for $200 more, $200 million more. That didn't make any sense. That is a dumb deal. That's damn near extortion.
Yeah, and I don't feel bad for Disney at all, actually. Right,
and especially since Disney the top 5 movies, I think top 6 movies this year that all hit $1 billion, 5 of them are Disney.
Well, it's like every week. It's like, how many Disney movies are on the top 10? We do this shit every week.
Right. It's always a Disney movie. So
yeah.
So out of the 6 movies that hit $1 billion this year, 5 of them are Disney, and the other one is Spider-Man Homecoming. Spider-Man Far From Home.
Disney's going to be all right.
Disney's going to be all right. And on top of that, they own 100% of the merchandising of Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So because Sony sold that shit back to them. So they own the rights to Spider-Man merchandising. They own the comic book rights to Spider-Man. All Sony has is the movie rights, and they won't have that shit?
Yeah.
No, man, that's not how that works. Disney even said, look, 50 is too much. Back it down to 30, we got a deal. Disney said, fuck you. We won't have. So that's when Sony was like, nah, this shit ain't gonna work. They up and left, and that's it. So
yeah.
Stupid shit. So people thinking that, well, maybe they'll still work out a deal. No, the deal is dead. Because at D23, and that's the thing, because Disney was trying to get the deal done before D23. That's why all this news came out. And so what happened, the deal didn't get done, D23 hit, and both Tom Holland and Kevin Feige had exit interviews both saying the deal is dead. It's done. There's not another Spider-Man is out of the MCU. So you can complain and whine and all stuff like that. It's done. That's it. Life moves on. So I know people are gonna miss Spider-Man being in the MCU. Some people don't give a shit. Some people are glad he's gone. Like, I'm glad Iron Boy is out of the MCU.
I mean, yeah, I'm on the fence. Like, yeah, did I like him in the MCU? Yeah, he was fun. I liked those movies. It was fun, but you know, it's not like Spider-Man can't exist on his own.
Hell, he has existed on his own. I mean, people acting like he's associated with the Avengers. Yeah. He wasn't really associated with the Avengers like 2002.
Yeah, and it's like, you know, and to say that Sony can't make a good Spider-Man movie is bullshit because they made Into the Spider-Verse.
Which is better than any MCU Spider-Man movie.
It won an Oscar. Right. You know, so, and they say, "Oh, that was lightning in a bottle. That was only one time." Like, no, I like Spider-Man 2. Mm-hmm. I like Fat Doc Ock. You know,
right? Mantis. You know.
Yeah, I like that one. You know, I still like the first two Raimi movies. I still
think those are the two best ones.
Yeah, I still enjoy them. You know, I mean, shit. I mean, Spider-Man's a strong enough character to live on his own. I feel bad for Marvel.
Exactly. I'm glad you said that. Yeah.
There's really nothing on that San Diego Comic-Con, even D23. There's really nothing that they announced that I'm like, oh shit. I mean, I'll check some shit out.
But Kat Denning is in WandaVision.
WandaVision's like the only show that I'm really interested in.
I told you. Y'all shit on me for saying WandaVision looked like it was interesting.
Yeah, that's the one. Well, because Vision's an interesting character. Has always been an interesting character. I don't give a shit about Falcon and the Snowman or whatever his name is.
It's just another Captain America fighting terrorists. We've seen this shit.
Yeah, I don't give a shit about that. I don't care about Hawkeye or whatever the hell they're making. Fucking Loki. I don't give a shit about a Loki show.
Right.
You know, I don't care. You know, so most of that shit they announced. What else they announced? Ms. Marvel? I'll check it out. You know, but it's probably not for me. Moon Knight, we'll see.
I never gave a shit about Moon Knight. Why do y'all like Moon Knight so much? Maybe not you, Eli, but everybody else.
I haven't read it, but everyone says the Jeff Lemire run is like the bee's knees.
They always say Jeff Lemire's run is always the best. Whatever Jeff Lemire runs, he's the best. Ooh, Century, Jeff Lemire, whatever. Moon Knight at the end of the day is still Moon Knight. Fuck him.
Yeah, I always just thought Moon Knight's the jalopy Batman.
That's basically what he is.
That's what I thought he was. You know, oh, you haven't read the Jeff Lemire run, have you? I'm like, no. See, you don't know what you're talking about.
He's still sucking every other run, so shit, what the fuck?
Yeah, he's Bruce Wayne. He's a cab driver. He's a rich guy. He's taking Egyptian shit from the Egypt and shit as out.
Yeah. I guess, whatever.
I said, this is
people just like him because they think he's the closest thing to Batman Marvel has. That's the only reason people like him.
Yeah, like fuck it, I'm gonna read the Punisher.
Exactly. Shit, just shoot people. Batman shoots people. No.
Yeah. So
now, honestly, Eli, I'm not gonna lie. I am interested in She-Hulk.
Yeah, we'll see.
A little bit.
A little bit. I'm wondering, are they gonna fucking CGI her though, or are they just gonna get some big ass chick to paint her green?
That's some okay. Now you got me a little worried right now. That's why I'm curious to see where they're gonna go with this.
Yeah.
But reason I'm curious because
if they got a CGI her, that's going to be expensive as fuck.
But it's Disney. They can afford it.
I suppose, but still, it's a TV show. I mean, I just wonder how minimal. Now, you know, we've seen some cool CGI characters, you know, King Shark and shit like that on the CW shows and shit like that, but we got to see her in every fucking... We got to see the She-Hulk out in every fucking episode. You know, damn it. And if that ain't happening... you know, with CGI, you know what I mean? That CGI better be good. And they are Disney, but that's what concerns me. It's like, or are they just gonna get a chick painted green, a big giant, you know, who can play her?
Yeah. Oh, and even though we were joking at the beginning of the podcast, there are, you know, Facebook comments about, oh, it's SJW Hulk. Why are they making a woman Hulk? Why can't you do the man Hulk? I'm like, oh, you dumbasses.
Yeah.
Like, but at least they're consistent dumbasses.
Yeah.
So, 'cause even though she's been around since the 80s, technically she's Stan Lee's last Marvel character creation. I'm not going to count Ravage 2099. So I'm going to say that. So that's why she's special. You know, she's interesting.
His last? What do you mean? His last one?
Yeah, like
What?
the last character he created. Yeah, that was She-Hulk.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That was like when did that come? Like 70s, 80s?
In the 80s, yeah.
Really? He never wrote anything after that?
I mean, he may have wrote something after that, but as far like a Marvel character, that
Like
was the last-
created a character. He was
Yeah.
creating-
Now there was one called Ravage 2099, but I'm not gonna count him. That was that other guy because that's too weird for Stan Lee. You know, this one She-Hulk, that was him, his creation. That was all him.
Okay, yeah.
And so
Well,
that-
it sounds like it. The cousin of Bruce Banner and all that shit.
yeah, Bruce Banner, Jennifer Walters, name her. She's an interesting character because she likes being Hulk. Oh, I hope they go with the classic 80s, you know, male gaze, cheesecake, bombshell, you know.
You know they ain't.
That's what I want. I don't want this new woke She-Hulk. I don't want that. That's when they fought Namor in that Avengers book, and Namor saw She-Hulk, was like, "Oh, She-Hulk smash." He was like, "What the fuck did y'all do to the pretty Hulk?" That was my same reaction that Namor had. So yeah, give me old 80s pinup She-Hulk because that's what she was famous for, not whatever the fuck we got going on now. Roid it out.
Yeah. Now here's a question: is it more woke to have like a frumpy looking She-Hulk with short hair and mom jeans and shit, you know, sweater, big ass sweater, or a hot ass She-Hulk so lesbians can check her out too?
Well, see, that's the thing because it's so weird. We had this big conversation about feminism before also. So people were considering She-Hulk in the 80s because that's what that idea of feminism was, like you owning your sexuality and you can do this stuff, and that's feminism then. But now you got feminism where, oh, I can be big and butch and buck like a man, you know, and I can whoop ass, and they think that's feminism. So it's like there's so many schools of feminism, we don't know where to go. You know, but at the same time, let's be honest. Most of the time, we were buying She-Hulk books because she was fighting, and she was always end up in her bra and panties or her towel, and she was naked. And it was like, why is she naked fighting the Frightful Four or the Mandarin? Who cares? Just keep reading.
Yeah.
You know, her boobs were blacked out by the car she was picking up and shit. You know, but I don't know. Fun character. I don't know where they're gonna go with She-Hulk. Hopefully, they do the John Byrne run because she was doing the fourth wall break before Deadpool was doing it. Like at
You
least
think she'll team up? She'll team up with Matt Murdock, and they'll do it in courtroom investigations and shit.
they got to do that. I mean, that's like the whole point of doing that.
Well, she's a lawyer, ain't she? Like
She's a
what's she gonna
lawyer.
do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've done it in comics. I think they did like in Civil War or something. Oh no, Civil War 2 when Hawkeye shot Banner.
I didn't read that shit.
Oh, you didn't read that shit. Okay. But yeah, Daredevil, like Murdoch was on one side representing him, and She-Hulk was trying to convict him. And they
I
were
think
just,
wait a second. I think I did read that. I did read that. It was the death of the Hulk, right?
Right. When the
I
Hulk got
did
shot in
read
the face.
that. I read that issue. Yes, and it was a fucking court. That's right. Yeah, I did read that shit.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. Shit. So that's my thing. So that's the only one I'm slightly have my eyebrow on. But like I said, trust but verify. I don't know where they're gonna go with this, but it's Disney because they moved Kevin Feige to the TV shit. They want him to concentrate on this more than the movie shit.
Okay. Well,
That's why we got Eternals and whatever the fuck else out there because they want this movie. They want this TV shit to go there. They're going after Netflix. They're trying to kill Netflix.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is like none of their movies like excite me. You know what I mean? I mean, I'll check them. I'll say I'm not going to check
There is
out.
one.
Like,
There is one they announced that did excite me.
Well, yeah, Black Panther too, but that ain't coming out for what 3-4 years or some shit.
True,
You know?
true. I
You
know
know,
you don't give a
about-
shit, Eli, but let me talk about what I got to say about Black Panther for a second.
Right.
Now, here's my thing about Black Panther. This is something that has to happen in the sequel. Not what I want, not what I hope to happen. This has to happen. This is non-negotiable. It has to happen. The next movie has to move the needle of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It has to be more like the overall arc of whatever saga they're doing. It has to be the focal point of the Marvel Universe. Because the first movie, like I said, I love the first movie. But the first movie felt like it was in its own bubble. Like if you watching all 22, 23 Marvel movies, you can skip Black Panther and you'll be fine. You know, because there's nothing
That's
in that
true,
movie
though.
that moved the universe or moved the story. Like, for instance, like if you saw Age of Ultron and you went right to Infinity War, you're gonna be fucked up. If you didn't see Captain America: Civil War, you're gonna be fucked up. Like, wait, what happened? You know. Mm-hmm. But you can't do that with Black Panther. So Black Panther 2 has to be that movie where if you want to know where the Marvel Cinematic Universe is going, it has to move it forward. It has to be, oh, you got to see this movie because such and such happened, and you know, whatever.
Is he gonna fight Namor?
That's what everybody's saying. The internet is already saying he's gonna fight Namor. We don't know. We don't know what's gonna happen. All we know is that Ryan Coogler.
Would Namor introduce mutants though?
I think they can introduce mutants in Eternals.
Oh, really? You think so?
I think so. Like I said, completely my guess. That's what I'm going. Oh, I am excited they introduced Black Knight in there.
Okay.
And Black Knight is like one of my favorite Avengers. When I was reading that shit, he's basically a Jedi. You know, that's basically what he is. He's not an Eternal, so I don't know what the fuck he's doing in there. But they got your boy playing him.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Jon Snow.
Oh, really? He's playing him.
Yeah, like I said, I don't watch Game of Thrones. I don't know, but he looks Black Knight-ish. So,
okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't really know the Eternals. Like I said, I'm not a cosmic Marvel guy.
Oh, that's the thing. Like Black Knight has nothing to do with the Eternals. That's the weird shit about it.
Okay.
Like,
yeah,
why is he even there?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know either, but he's there. So I'm more excited about him, the Eternal, because the Eternals just some old weird shit. I don't care.
But what movies are coming out? Eternals and what else?
Black
Widow, right?
Black Widow. They got a poster of Black Widow. Oh, and your boy Shang-Chi. Okay, I got something to say about Shang-Chi.
Oh yeah, Shang-Chi. Yeah.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Okay, so the guy that plays Shang-Chi, I decided to look him up and see exactly where he came from. Like, what is his, what has he done? And apparently he has a show on Netflix, and I watched it this weekend.
Oh yeah, which one?
The show that he was on, like whoever the guy playing Shang-Chi. So the name of the show is Kim's Convenience. And I'm thinking like, okay, this guy's got a martial art background. I'm waiting for him to throw a punch and kick like that. Eli, it's a fucking family sitcom.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's a family sitcom about a Korean store owner, and he's just remember on Family Ties, Michael J. Fox, whatever, like Alex P. Keaton.
Okay, yeah.
He's the Korean Alex P. Keaton.
Oh no shit.
Yeah. So I'm sitting here watching this, family sitcom. Okay, when's he gonna throw a punch? When's he gonna kick?
That's racist. No.
It is racist. This is a Korean show and nobody throws a punch.
We'll give you a pass because like this is Shang-Chi. What the fuck?
Like okay, so but obviously he has to do something to be Shang-Chi. Maybe he was like in like an underground version of the Raid or some shit. Like maybe he's like Tony Jaa, beating the shit out of people nobody's ever heard of him. No, this is the only fucking thing he did. A Korean Canadian family sitcom. And he tweeted Marvel, "Hey, can I be Shang-Chi?" Shang-Chi was like, and Marvel like, "Yeah, okay." What the fuck? Is that easy?
I get well. The thing about China, they'll take like pop stars, like singers and shit, and they'll just put them in kung fu movies, and they can.
I mean, shouldn't they know kung fu?
Some of them don't really. I mean, a lot of like those stars in a lot of those 90s kung fu flicks were like pop stars. They just look pretty, and they just threw them in there. I mean, look what that's how The Matrix was made. Like Neo and Trinity and those motherfuckers didn't know kung fu.
That's true. And I know we like in the Marvel universe now, like Chris Evans don't know kung fu and Scarlett Johansson don't know kung fu, but this is the master of kung fu.
Yeah.
So he's supposed to be better than T'Challa and Steve Rogers and whatever, Bucky and all this shit like that. We're supposed to see some shit we've never seen before because he's the master of kung fu.
Yeah, kicking Iron Fist ass.
Right, yeah, but we get a guy from a convenience store sitcom. Now I'll tell you something about this. The show Kim Convenience is actually pretty funny. So if you want to see a good comedy family sitcom, I recommend Kim Convenience. The weirdest thing about Kim Convenience was not that the Korean part of it. It was the Canadian part of it. That was weird.
Oh, yeah?
Because, they was in a convenience store, you trade the money. They got the little funny money and shit like that. Like, I got a toonie. Like, what the fuck is a toonie?
Yeah, they got $2 bills. They're pretty common up there.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know what the hell you talking about. It's like you're speaking a different language. Oh, yeah, they kept saying, they never said miles. They kept saying kilometers. Like, I don't know what the fuck a kilometer is.
Yeah, kilometers, yeah. Well, America's the stupid country that doesn't use the metric.
It made me feel stupid. I'm like, talk normal. Shit.
kilometers and kilograms and shit. Because
Yeah.
it's just easier. Like none of our shit is equal, you know.
Yeah, so that's the shit that confused me. The Korean part, I was cool with that. It's the Canadian part that fucked me up.
Yeah. Oh, you know what I've been watching on Netflix is that Wu Assassins.
Is that on Netflix? I heard about it. Is that good?
It's all right. It's the fight scenes and violence. It's really brutal and shit. And it's rated R violence and shit. They're dropping F-bombs but it's like super like cheesy. It's like a comic book. Like it's like basically what Iron Fist should have been.
It sounded like that guy should have been Shang-Chi, whoever that guy is playing him.
Yeah. Well, what's his name? Emu Uwe or whatever. The guy. He's the guy from the Raid. You know, his first
okay.
he's speaking English and shit. But and it's got the chick from Vikings, that hot Lagertha from Vikings is in it. She kicks ass too. She's like a kickboxing champion too. And shit. But they're throwing like fireballs, and he's got these superpowers and shit.
It was like Dragon Ball Z and shit.
Yeah, he's doing all that. Yeah, he's going Super Saiyan and he's doing the Harukkens, and she's like Ryu and shit.
Oh, I gotta watch this shit.
Yeah, it's fun, but it's a series though. Like I'm on like episode 4.
Uh-huh.
Like I thought it was gonna be a movie. I'm like, damn, another series, damn it.
Can devote your time to it.
Yeah.
So, now here's the thing. Now, like I said, I talked about King of Venus and the guy playing Shang-Chi. Now you know I've been champion for another guy to play Shang-Chi. That yellow black ranger. Which one?
Oh, the Power Ranger guy.
The Power Ranger. I'm so confused because they changed the races, so I don't know. But the Asian one, whichever color he was, I wanted him to be Shang-Chi. And guess who he's playing? Liu Kang.
Oh, that's right. You told me this already.
Yeah, I probably texted to you something like that. So he's playing Liu Kang from the Kombat. And guess what? Mortal Kombat is going to be rated R, and it comes out a month either before or after Shang-Chi.
Okay.
So that's going to fuck Marvel up. So the one thing Marvel's supposed to have, they're going to outdo Marvel in that.
Yeah. And that's my thing. But why I don't mind Sony still holding on to Spider-Man shit because
Sony's going to be fine.
Sony can do shit that Disney ain't gonna do.
Right. If they want to do an R-rated Venom movie or Carnage movie, they could. They not.
Yeah.
But they could.
Yeah.
You know. So that's the thing about them. And honestly, Sony really need to just milk the shit out of Spider-Man as much as they can. Throw him in a Men in Black movie or something. Fuck it.
Fuck it. Yeah. There you go.
Just do it. Oh. And I'm trying to think. Was anything else happen on D23? I think that was it. That was a bunch of
Star Wars shit.
Yeah. I was gonna get to it. I know you're gonna get on me about it. As soon as you see it, the light bulb pop. Now, like I said, this is your thing. It's not your thing. It's our thing, but it's your thing. So I'm gonna let you take
I thought
it.
we're not allowed to talk about it though.
We're pulling out every now and then. We're allowed to talk about one topic, for a short period of time. So yeah, we're bringing Star Wars out of the Will Smith box, and we'll talk about it right now.
All right. You want me to say shit?
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, okay. Well, the two biggest announcements was they did drop the full Mandalorian trailer.
Mm-hmm.
They showed something. They showed a clip, like a whole scene, on maybe it was leaked during San Diego Comic-Con. They showed like a whole leak scene from the first episode, which was really cool, featuring Werner Herzog and all that shit. This whole scene where he beats up fucking stormtroopers and shit like that, but this is like the actual trailer, and damn, it looks cool. Fucking stormtroopers, you got IG-88 fucking twirling around, shooting shit. You got it just looks cool, like gangster shit in the Star Wars universe.
Let me talk about the Mandalorian for a second. Like I said, I wasn't like super excited about it, but when I saw that trailer. Like, if you didn't tell me this was a TV show, I would have straight up said, okay, this is the next movie they got coming out. Yeah. Disney put some money behind this shit.
Yeah, I think that's why they built Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah, so, yeah, it's insane. Like, this shit looks, like, really good. Like, when you watch the CW, when they got the new trailers coming out, okay, that's a TV show,
Yeah.
This shit looked like a fucking movie.
Yeah.
So, it's just with the shots they have in there and stuff like that, and I'm like, okay, they got some money behind it. But I'm going to let you take back over. Okay, I just want to add
the stormtrooper helmets on. Yeah, the stormtrooper helmets on spikes and shit.
Yep, and the carbonized people they were capturing and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, somebody in carbonite. You got Carl Weathers doing some shit. You got
Action
Gina Carano. Yeah. Fucking what was his name? What's his name in Predator again?
I
Bennett?
never named him Predator. I know it's
No,
Apollo
not
Creed.
Bennett. No, not Bennett. What's his name in?
Not
fuck.
Bennett. Dylan?
Yeah,
Was it Dylan?
Dylan.
Dylan, you son of a bitch.
Yeah. Yeah, so he's in it. Of course, Gina Carano, she has a big ass gun too. So I don't know. I watched it a few times. I'm like, I can't. They sold me. Like they sold me on that. I want to watch that.
Here's what I hope. I hope is it Boba Fett or just some other Mandalorian?
It's just some Mandalorian, man.
I hope whoever it is, they never speak.
Oh, they do.
Ah, shit.
They do. Because
You
he's in
killed
that
the
scene.
mystique.
But he's got like the cool voice, you know.
Okay, okay. Let's do this. Never, don't give him a name.
Yeah, maybe not. He
Don't
could
give him
be
a name.
just like
He's just the Mandalorian.
he
Don't
could
give
just
him
be
a name.
like Blondie and Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. You know.
Yeah, or like the man with no name, like or Desperado, the El Mariachi.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
never had a name in those movies. He was just El Mariachi,
Yeah.
the guitar player. So so
Yeah.
do the Mandalorian the same way. Don't give him a name. Keep him mysterious. He just shows up and they're like, oh shit. Make up wild stories about the Mandalorian, and I'm there. Just give me a space western,
Pretty much. It just looks dope. And I was like, cool, man. I'm like, yeah, that's when I was sold when I saw the shit during San Diego.
Mhm.
So I'm when they dropped this trailer, I'm like, yeah, you ain't got to show me shit. I was already there, but hell yeah, I still want to see.
Yeah, that sold me. And it comes out in November. We didn't talk about that. Disney Plus drops in November.
Yeah, that's just a few months.
Yeah, just a few months. So yeah, we got it. I'm watching that shit.
Yeah, Christmas is coming early.
Bye bye Netflix. Bye bye Kim's Convenience. Oh, and you got to talk about the other thing.
Oh yeah.
I can't believe you're gonna forget that.
Well, it's confirmed. There was rumors for years, then more rumors a couple weeks ago, speculation.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's official. Obi-Wan, this TV, or Kenobi, the series.
Mm-hmm. Nobody serious.
So-
And of course, I mean, the thing was that it was actually going to be a movie at first.
Yeah,
But
Ewan McGregor was going to come back, and well, he is coming back now.
Mhm.
It's official. He's reprising his role as an.
Yeah.
Basically, I would think an older Obi-Wan, where I guess there's not many details of when it's going to be taking place, but people are pretty much speculating that it is going to be between, the Clone Wars or Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope.
yeah,
So-
I mean, it's got to be around the time. He'll be on Tatooine, just stashed away,
Yeah.
something like that. So, yeah.
So I mean, I'm interested in it. Everyone's saying, "Oh, they got to have Darth Maul and blah blah." They don't need to have a
They
Darth.
don't need to have Darth Maul in there.
No, we already know what happens with all that shit. So I mean, what's he gonna do? They're gonna fight and not kill each other, And,
Right, and then just, I'll get you next time. Like,
Yeah.
no,
or
just
Vader's got to show up. I'm like, why?
Just have a new baddie show up. Just have a new
Yeah.
baddie and he's just fighting
Yeah.
That's it,
Yeah, just do some. Yeah, he can be just an outlaw, like fighting fighting the Sand People and shit.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, have like a Super Saiyan person or something. Well,
Yeah,
Saiyan.
fighting Rancors and
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of folks he could fight. I mean, he can go against the Hutts or whatever,
Yeah. All
I mean,
kinds of
but we could have had an Obi-Wan movie, but since the boycott of Solo was so successful, it made the Star Wars Disney franchise completely rewrite everything they were doing. You're like, you know what? Let's just keep the TV show. So, good job, fanboys. You did it.
Yeah.
Fucking did it. So, I think that's all the Star Wars news we got. Can we move on past that?
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on to the next part of the podcast. This is where we talk about the video game section. And the things I want to talk about first is I want to talk about Mortal Kombat.
All right.
Like I said, I don't have Mortal Kombat. But
I don't have the new one.
I don't have the new one either. Even though everybody keeps saying, because I play fighting games all the time anyway. People be asking me, "You got Mortal Kombat? You got Mortal Kombat?" No, I don't have fucking Mortal Kombat. I don't like Mortal Kombat, but I do like the new characters that they announced. That's why I'm going to talk about this. So the new characters now, I can't remember everybody. Okay, so Eli, they have the Joker.
Yeah.
Okay, they have Spawn
Yeah. Spawn.
and the Terminator.
The Terminator. Yeah.
Yeah, so I thought they were pretty cool. And no, they already said Arnold Schwarzenegger is not going to voice the Terminator.
Oh, really? Damn
Yeah.
it.
Damn it. So sorry you can't get that. But yeah, that's pretty much all I had to say about Mortal Kombat. I just thought those characters are pretty cool. Mortal Kombat is just kind of just doing whatever the fuck they want to nowadays.
Yeah.
Last one had Jason and Freddy and
I
Leatherface.
do have that one. That's the last one I
I got that one too, but I never played it.
You know, and I play. I mean, it's alright. It's fun. You know, those DLC characters are okay. You know, the Predator's fun. You know, but some of them
Predator
other
is on there. Yeah.
But some of those like Leatherface is really stiff. I've thought. You know.
I mean, but he's stiff in the movies.
Yeah. Well, you know, I guess it's a chainsaw, but it's just his moves are slow. He's like one of those slower, powerful guys. You gotta, you know.
Is Michael
He doesn't
Myers?
have any cool cameras.
Is Michael Myers on there?
No, it's just Jason, Leatherface. Freddy Krueger was on the one before.
Okay.
That had an alien too, I believe.
Oh, cool. Okay.
No, the alien is in this one. That's right. Alien, Predator, Freddy, or no, Jason, Leatherface. I think that's it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll see when that comes out. Also, they also had a demo, which this news I thought was pretty big, but since the Spider-Man news came out, everybody forgot about this shit. That they actually released that 20-minute demo of the Avengers, Marvel's Avengers, that video game they got coming out next year.
Yeah.
And I did a reaction on it. You know, actually, I got some pretty good hits on it. I think, you know, that's probably one of my biggest videos I had this month. So, thanks for whoever shared that. I liked it. I just want to give just my quick background of what I thought about the video. It was pretty cool. I was already sold on it. Everybody's saying now they're sold on it, but I don't see any difference in the graphics whatsoever. At least we got a chance to see the gameplay of it. And everybody played differently. That's what I liked about it. Iron Man was pretty much like the aerial guy, you know, air combat. Thor was pretty much Kratos from God of War. You know, same air combos, didn't really matter. Captain America was pretty much like a brawler, you know, throwing guy. Black Widow was basically Tomb Raider. Yeah.
Okay.
Matter of fact, I even think the same people that made those Tomb Raider games made this game.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so that's why she got the two guns and she flips and hops like that. Like, okay, I know how to play this game. It's so simple. Hulk, I don't know. Hulk felt like a platformer, like Super Mario. Like he was just jumping around. Shit like that.
Jumping around, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, but he was slow. I was like, why? Come on, man. I like everybody's fighting everybody's section except the Hulk. The Hulk, and that's the one I should like the most.
Yeah, and that old Hulk shit looked like it was going to be a pain in the ass.
Yeah, I was like, Hulk does not look fun. Hopefully they fixed it. Everybody else looks fun. He's the only one that didn't look fun.
Yeah, it's like I'm probably going to fall a lot as the Hulk.
Right, like you got him jumping and platforming, like, oh man. Now, Black Widow actually to me was like one of the most fun ones because she actually had a boss fight with Taskmaster.
Yeah.
You know, so I thought that was pretty interesting. And of course, Taskmaster's going to be the main bad guy of her movie also. So I thought that was pretty. So it's nice, perfect timing for that because they both will come around at the same time. The Taskmaster fight was fight. I didn't like. She went invisible. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And of course, Taskmaster, if you're invisible, he can't find you and shit like that. But me personally, I think Taskmaster threw that fight. But I'm pretty sure they worked that into the plot and the thing of it also. So overall, the game is sold. I'm definitely gonna get it. I can't wait. Just like I said. So everybody was bitching about it. I don't know what you were bitching about then. I don't know what you're bitching about now. So yeah, let's move past that. Can we move on to the next part of the podcast?
Sure.
Here we go. Okay, so this is the part of the podcast where we should talk about the comic books with the comic book bullies, and we're going to talk about all the comic books that came out. Well, not all of them, just a few of them that we liked. And Eli, I guess I'll go first, or?
Sure, because I don't remember what I read again.
Okay, cool. Let me knock this bad boy out. So we're going to do Powers of 10 3. Not Powers of X, Powers of 10. There's a difference. Fuck, let me find out what happened in this book. I'm trying to remember. Okay, so this book is in the future. But not in the future, 100 years in the future. Just that, okay. Where we left off with Apocalypse got the, that thing from the guy. Oh, and we know the names of his four horsemen. Remember, we were confused on, is that Magneto? Is that Groot? So we know who those guys are now. Okay. So those are Apocalypse's new four horsemen. So that is Wolverine. Wolverine is there. That is not Magneto. Magneto is actually a clone. Like the Chimera clone, like Rasputin was.
Okay.
So this is a clone also, but this clone was taken from Polaris and Emma Frost, and it's combined to make a Magneto type clone dude. Polaris, of course, his daughter or whatever like that, one of his daughters. That wasn't Groot. That was Krakoa. Krakoa is the entire island, so Krakoa made himself like an avatar. Kind of like Ego from the movie, Ego Living Planet. So that's what Krakoa is. And of course, the last guy is Scorn, Corn, Porn. That guy, the guy with the sun in his head. Okay. So anyway, the book picks up. The humans have a church worshiping the Sentinels, and they're doing something to babies. I don't know what they're doing. They're like burning stuff in the babies, making them robots or something like that. It's really fucked up. I almost stopped reading the book to begin with. But anyway, before they could do any more fucked up shit to babies, the X-Men burst through the door. But it wasn't all the X-Men. It was like 40 X-Men or something like that. Rasputin and Cardinal, stuff like that. So they start fucking up these humans, stuff like that. Like, why are you doing this shit to the babies? You know, why are you fuckers are crazy? So Nimrod, back at his base at what the Ascension Tower or something like that, Nimrod and the sexy Omega Sentinel, whatever like that, she's like, oh, the humans and mutants are fighting each other. We need to go over there and stop them. And Nimrod like, I don't give a fuck what the humans and mutants do. Let them kill each other. I don't care. I got better stuff to do. You know, they're like, okay, suit yourself. So the Mega Sentinel takes some other Sentinels. They go to the church, start fucking everybody up. And, you know, and they just see these big ass Sentinels, and Rasputin just like, oh, we're not going to win this. And Scorn, Corn, whatever the dude's name is, he's like, well, I got a black hole in my head. Y'all come any closer, I'm going to take this shit off, kill everybody in here. And the Mega Sentinel's like, oh, you ain't going to do that. Oh, watch me. So, before we do that, let me back up. Apocalypse is with them also, because Apocalypse said, I'm going to come to the church with you and start fucking shit up. Apocalypse, that Magneto clone, and Wolverine, they actually find the thing they were looking for. What they find is actually when and where Nimrod was invented and where it's created. So they have the data on that information now. Apocalypse gives the information to Wolverine and tell Wolverine, you have to take this information, you need to get it to Moria McTaggart. They're like, what about you? Don't worry about me, I'll hold them all. So Wolverine goes through the portal that Krakoa makes and gets back to the base. While they're doing that, Apocalypse faces off between like 100 Sentinels, 100 Nimrods, just fucking all of them up, because he's Apocalypse, you know. So when that happens, that's when Scorn is just like, or Corn, whatever dude's name is, he like, okay, y'all don't believe what I'm gonna do, and then he takes his helmet off, but his helmet has a black hole in the middle of it, so he kills everybody in that base right there. You know, everybody's gone instantly. Wolverine is back in the Krakoa base, and he wakes up Maria McTaggart, and he tells Maria, okay, I got the information, you need to take this information and find exactly what's going on. And she's like, well, what about you? You're like, don't worry about me, this world is done. Scorn already killed everybody, Nimrod's gonna kill everybody, this world is done. And Wolverine looks at Maria like, you ready? She's like, yeah, I'm ready. And he stabs the shit out of her, kills her, because he knows.
Stabs the shit out of who?
Moria. Because remember, Moria McTaggart.
Okay, yeah.
Because remember, she reincarnates.
Yeah. What life was this?
This was the 9th life. That's the thing.
Okay. Did that show? I don't remember which all lives. How?
Right.
Fuck it. Okay.
Okay. So this is the 9th life. So we've been thinking this is the future of the other timeline. No, this is a whole nother timeline. So this is the 9th timeline. So that remember when we were reading the other book and they were going through the timelines and they were like Apocalypse was in this war that never ended.
Mm-hmm.
That was the timeline we were reading the whole time and not knowing that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that timeline is fucked. Wolverine kills Moria McTaggart strictly so she can reincarnate with the knowledge of everything the Sentinels did, like where Nimrod came from, where the Mega Sentinels came from, where Chimera came from, where Smith's Sense came from. So the 10th life, she has all that information, told Charles, told Magneto, that they're trying to go in a different direction from what they did before. So that's pretty much the story. So plot twist. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's probably some other shit happened in the book, but whatever. Overall, I'm gonna give the book a 4.5 out of 5. We actually had Wolverine action. Wolverine killed somebody. This is the first book I've ever rooted for Apocalypse. So I thought that was pretty awesome. Yeah, Jonathan Hickman actually, this the book you shouldn't have skipped on, Eli. I know you was ready to jump off this train, but this one you should have stayed with.
Well, it wasn't at my comic shop. I didn't think it came out. There was no new X books this week at my place, at my bookshop.
Yeah.
So they must either sold out or whatever, because I went look. I thought House of X was coming out.
Yeah, but that's what the one that was last week, so we thought it was going to alternate, but nah, this one came out. So I'm actually kind of pissed because I was actually starting to get attached to Rasputin and Cardinal. They're dead. He just fucking blew up that universe. So I'm like, shit.
All right. Well, I didn't read much. I got the Guardians here. You want me to do the Guardians?
Yeah,
or
you
want
can do Guardians. Yeah.
Okay. Guardians of the Galaxy, number 8. Donny Cates, y'all. What's it called? The Universal Church of Truth.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they basically have captured all the Guardians except was it Moondragon and somebody else? Groot?
Yeah, the only two that got away.
Yeah. And they go find Rocket, who's dying. And it basically, we go through Rocket's life, flashback of all the shit Rocket's been through. And he's like, and Groot is like pissed off. He's like, why'd you just leave? We're family. He goes, I don't want you to see me like this. I want you to remember me how I used to be. He's like, I don't want you to just see me as this like withered old, rodent thing that's can barely stay alive. He said, well, we need your help. We got to go, we got to go save our friends. He's like, okay, well, hold on. I got to get changed. And then he's got this big giant
like
mech
Gundam
suit.
or something.
Yeah. Transformers Gundam Wings mobile suit.
Right.
And that's pretty much it. So pretty cool, a lot of fun. There's some shit at the end with where Peter's talking to his dad, and they're creating they got a new hive. The Church of Truth is creating a new hive, and but then it reveals that it's not just one. There's a bunch of them.
Right, and they think it's Warlock, but I don't think any of them is Warlock. I think it's the Magus.
Okay.
Just my assumption. Like, nothing
Yeah.
to go by, but that's what I think.
Yeah. So pretty cool. I give it a 4 out of 5. This was fun. I mean, I'm digging this Guardians book, even though, like I said, I'm not very well versed in cosmic side of Marvel. But
And I thought the Groot and Rocket argument was really well done too.
yeah, that was poignant. It really showcased their relationship, and that whole theme of family.
Yeah,
But
like you're not gonna see yourself die, but we will. So like that's some strong stuff.
Yeah. I enjoy this book. I keep forgetting who's who sometimes because, like I said, I'm not familiar with these characters as much, but I'm digging the story. So yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool. Whew. This is gonna be a rough one. You thought X was gonna be a rough one. This shit gonna be a rough one. Okay. Superman, Year One, number 2.
Oh, you sucker.
By Frank Miller. You know I had to get it. If anything, it's like looking at a car crash. You got to turn your neck to see what's going on with it.
Shit.
Okay. So Superman is in the Naval Academy. They had to shave his head to be in the Naval Academy, but it took like 3 clippers to do it because, he's Superman's hair and stuff like that. And he's just breezing through the Naval Academy like it's nothing for him. He has super hearing, so he can hear how hard everybody else is working. Like, oh, this dude's about to fall out. This dude's lungs about to collapse. And he's just like breezing through it. They have him doing like marksman training class, stuff like that. Turns out he's the greatest marksman to ever live. Because the gun, has no kickback to it and has no recoil because he doesn't feel it because he's Superman. So every single shot he makes hits the exact same bullseye, like Will Smith on Suicide Squad. He's shooting like that. So he's
not just blowing the bullets or something.
He could, but he doesn't do that. He's just like shooting stuff like that. So he's so good. They're like, okay, get this guy out of training right now. Make him a Navy SEAL right now. We got to get this guy out of training. Just put him on the field. So he goes there, and his new captain is Captain Jacob Kirksberg. Now, when I was reading, I was like, why does that name sound familiar? And then I looked it up, and I was like, oh fuck, Jacob Kirksberg is the real name of Jack Kirby. Like, what does this have to do with anything? I have no idea. He's just there. That's just his commanding officer, and he just saying stupid shit to him like, March corn picker, you pig licker. He kept calling him like some old farm shit, because he's from Kansas, and while he's running, every time he's running by the beach, Superman keeps hearing stuff in the ocean. He keeps saying, oh, she's beautiful. Oh, they're beautiful, Captain. Can you see them? And you're like, oh, that's just, and basically Superman is using his telescopic vision, and he's seeing mermaids. So one night when he can see Themyscira. He probably could. I mean, it's Superman, so fuck it. So one night when he, sleeping, where everybody else is sleeping, he sneaks out of bed and goes down to the ocean and finds the mermaids. Finds the mermaids down there, and he meets the mermaid, and the head mermaid down there is named Lori Lamars. Now, this may sound weird, but
that name sounds familiar.
Yes, because back in the Silver Age in the 70s and 60s like that, Superman was in love with a mermaid named Lori Lamars. So it's actually, history like that. So this is Frank Miller's spin on it. So yes, he's down there with the mermaid, swim with the mermaid, stuff like that, and he found out there's a nuclear sub that landed down there that's attacking the people. He tries to, help everybody he can, but time's flying. He's got to get back to the base before they find out he went AWOL. So he goes back there, blah, blah, blah. But they get a call, the Navy SEALs get a call that some pirates have attacked this thing or whatever like that. So the Navy SEAls go out there and try to save this boat. The Navy SEAls just shoot everybody on the boat. It's like that, but Superman doesn't shoot anybody. He just sees everybody else shooting everybody. But the one guy that he was supposed to shoot, he has a grenade in his hand. And then Kurtzberg or Jack Kirby, whoever, is pissed off at Superman. Kent, why didn't you take that guy out? Now look at him. He got this grenade and he's going to kill everybody in the boat. So Superman rushes over there before anybody can find him, grabs the grenade, holds it in his hand, and the grenade blows up in his hand, but doesn't blow anything up. And he just tells his captain, it was gonna do it, it didn't blow up. And Kurtzberg was like, yeah, whatever. So basically Superman gets court-martialed for that. Because he didn't follow direct order, And there was also some shit where he got into a bar fight with anything like that. So all that shit compiled together, they kick him out of the Navy. They're like, you're done. You disobeyed a direct command. You got to go. You act like you don't want to shoot anybody. We can't have a guy in the military that's supposed to do this and don't do that. So he like, fuck it. He just decides to go back to find his mermaid girlfriend. Goes find his mermaid girlfriend. They fall in love, stuff like that. She's like, I want you to meet my dad. Who's your dad? Poseidon. The Greek god or Roman god. I can't remember one of them. So Poseidon hates Superman. Reason he hates Superman is because Superman wants his daughter, and he thinks that if he marries his daughter, he thinks Superman is after his throne. So he like, no, this guy got to go. So what does Poseidon do? He says, release the Kraken. So Superman got to fight a Kraken. Kraken kicks the shit out of Superman.
Oh, really?
Even eats him. Yeah. But and while he eats him, he's like, yes, daughter, because no one will have you but me. You will fulfill the duties of your mother, my wife. And I mean all her duties. I'm like, oh, what the fuck? Okay. So Superman punches his way out of the Kraken. And like beats the shit out of the Kraken. It's they get into a fight like that. And then once the Kraken is defeated, Poseidon doesn't even fight Superman. He's like, you know what? You beat the Kraken. You beat my champion. You can have my throne. Poseidon just leaves. Just swims away. And Superman sits on the throne. And now he's with his mermaid girlfriend. And now he's the king of Atlantis. The end. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a lot of shit that happened in this book. It felt like about 3 or 4 stories mixed mass in with one. I didn't know where the fuck the story was going. Like first you got the Navy, then you got him at the King of Atlantis. Like, okay, that's the story. Oh, and Joe Morita's artwork ugly as shit. That didn't change. So
still $8.
Yeah, still expensive as fuck, long as fuck. Frank Miller is still weird as fuck with his storytelling. Like, damn, this is not 80s Frank Miller. So I still think he hates Superman because, like I said, he got Superman in Navy SEAL. He got Superman still doing weird ass telepathic powers and shit. Even though Superman, he was a Navy SEAL watching his own teammates shoot people and didn't give a shit. He's like, well, as long as I don't do it, it's okay. Like they're still killing people. So fuck it. I think this book is slightly better than the last one. Still all over the fucking place. I give it a 3 out of 5. It was a nice train wreck. Whatever. All I got.
Okay. Well, the other book I got here is Batman: City of Bane, number 77. So let's see what was going on here. I don't remember. See, I read these.
Oh, remember Damian and Gotham Girl sees Damian sneaking in the Gotham.
Yeah, so yeah, first off the bat, Damian fucking traps Gotham Girl with some magic.
Easily.
Yeah, and he's talking shit. He's talking all this mad shit. He goes up to fucking, what's his face? Thomas Wayne Batman.
Mm-hmm.
He's beating the shit out of everybody. He goes to Thomas Wayne Batman. He's like, yeah, man, you ain't shit. I'll kick your ass. And you know, because I'm fucking Robin, motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
And then fucking they end up fighting, and Batman gets the best, or Thomas Wayne Batman gets the best of him, brings him back to the Wayne Manor, where fucking we see Bane snap Alfred's neck
In front of Robin.
right in front of him. He's like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah.
And then meanwhile, that whole time, I don't know what's going on with Bruce Wayne, because I hadn't read it in a while.
Yeah.
But
It's like they're in Paris or something.
Yeah, they're him and Selena are fucking around in Paris.
Yeah.
Bruce Wayne's like been recovering from something. Somebody must have kicked his ass.
Catwoman.
But,
yeah, she
Catwoman
slit
kicked
his
his
throat.
ass?
Yeah, she slit his throat. Why?
really?
I don't really know why, but yeah.
I did not know that. And she's nursing him back to health.
Yeah. Weird as
Okay.
fuck, man.
I don't know what's going on, but she's like, are you ready to do this? We got to go fucking back to Gotham City and whip ass. So,
Right, and you got to do it my way, or some whatever she says.
yeah. And that's about it. I don't know. 3 out of 5. I thought I did enjoy Damian talking shit. You know, I thought that was funny. You know, the whole shock. I don't know if I'm supposed to be shocked that
We know he's coming back, or
that
it's
Alfred
a
got
clone,
his
or it's Clayface or some shit.
or something. Yeah, I was like, oh shit, really? I was like, yeah, but this.
I'm gonna go a little bit higher. I'm gonna go 3.5 out of 5 because it was awesome just watching Robin just beat the shit out of people. Even the way he was talking shit to Thomas Wayne, he like, like when he punched him, and he was like, oh yeah, you must be my grandson. Like, bitch, I'm not your grandson. You're a fake ass Batman.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, yeah, all the shit he was talking. Yeah, that was the best part.
Yeah.
You know, it was just watching Damian talk shit and kick ass, and you know,
And then get his ass kicked.
yeah, then get his ass kicked. You know, I mean, I was actually kind of rooting for him for a second. You know,
Yeah, but I mean, it's Batman. I mean, it may be a fake Batman, but it's still Batman. So you know we're gonna be his granddad.
like you're not my Batman, or you're not Batman. You're not my dad. You're not my grandpa. You're somebody else from somewhere else.
Mm-hmm. But then when he finally caught him, he was like, "You're my grandson. You got my blood flowing through me. You need to learn this lesson." You know. So yeah. He beat the shit out of him. So.
Yeah. So yeah, like I said, it was. I don't know what's happening. You know.
I don't really know what's going on either. I kind of just like the insanity of it.
Yeah, like I stopped reading.
Oh yeah, because Zaz and Scarecrow are cops.
They're cops in Gotham. Yeah, it's Gotham's really weird right now. You know, so I like I said, I kind of gave up on Batman during the whole nightmare thing that was going on, and I finally just picked back up like a couple issues ago, 75, I think, when this new arc started. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So. Because they said Tom King is going to drop a big revelation that's going to reveal something life changing about Batman. I'm like, what is that? Is it
probably the Alfred thing.
Is it Alfred dying, or is Batman gay or something? I don't know.
I mean, as soon as he leaves the book, Alfred's coming back anyway.
Yeah.
Which he only got like 3 issues left or some shit anyway. So what?
Yeah, he's only going to 80, right?
Yeah. So like, what fucking difference does it make?
Yeah. So.
Hell, Dr. Manhattan about to reboot the universe anyway. So none of this shit fucking matters.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Okay. So the book I got is this might be the last one. I don't know. Valkyrie number 2.
Okay.
Okay. So like I said, when we left off, Bullseye stabbed Heimdall, and you know he was riding his Pegasus, and he had the Dragon Fang, which gave his fighting skills a 10-point bump or some shit like that. So now he's this awesome ass fighter. And now he's just hand-to-hand fighting Valkyrie like any shit, even though she's super strong, Asgardian strength like shit. He can fight her hand-to-hand, take punches from her, punch her back, all kind of shit like that. And even when she's not paying attention, he controls the Pegasus. The Pegasus kicks Valkyrie in the back of the head. You know, damn near, had got a head spin and shit like that. And right before he's about to kill Valkyrie, Heimdall stands up. He's like, yeah, you ain't killed me yet. And punches the shit out of Bullseye. And Bullseye takes the punch from Heimdall the Asgardian, because Dragon Fang makes him just that much strong. So he's like, yeah, I took your punch. And then stabs Heimdall again. And then that gives Valkyrie just enough time to recover. So she realized, okay, if I can get that sword out of his hand, he'll go back to being human. But as long as he holds that sword, I can't do shit with him. So while he's messing around with Heimdall, she sneaks behind him, puts him in an arm choke or something like that, breaks his wrist, to make him drop the Dragon Fang. He drops the fat dragon fang. He goes back to normal. He was like, "Oh yeah, you're a good fighter, Valkyrie." But watch this. And so he kicks Heimdall off the roof because they fighting on top of a roof, right? Kicks Heimdall off the roof while Heimdall's falling. She's like, "Oh shit!" So she jumps off the roof also, tries to fall faster than he's falling. Throws out her underjoin, her weapon that transforms into anything, makes it to a rope, and grabs Heimdall's leg right before he hits the ground. And she's like, "Wait, did Spider-Man do this shit and kill somebody?" You know, it was a flashback to Gwen Stacy or some shit, whatever. So she gently lets Heimdall down to the ground, and then she realized that death is all around her because she can see when somebody's about to die. That's because Bullseye is throwing the damn sword at her, trying to kill her. She was like, okay, well, he threw the sword. Maybe they'll make him back human. So she tries to, like, make the sword come to her like Mjolnir with Thor. Bullseye makes the sword flies past her and back to Bullseye. She's like, oh, shit. Well, as long as he got that sword, he's going to kill everybody in this street right here, and he's going to smile while he's doing it. So there's only one thing for me to do. So she turns Underyorn, or whatever the name of the thing, the all-weapon. She turns into something like brass knuckles, and she breaks Dragonfang. She cries when she does, but she breaks Dragonfang because she realized that was the last weapon that Broomhild had. But the weapon's got to go, otherwise Bullseye you can't be killed. So after Dragonfang is gone, Bullseye turns back to human, and she punches the shit out of him, but she punches him just enough that, you know, just to knock him out without taking his head clean off. Because like I said, she's an Asgardian. She got Asgardian strength, so she can do that. But the thing is, Heimdall is bleeding out. And Heimdall, you know, his last wishes is telling Jane, like, whatever you do, don't send me to Valhalla. Like, you want to go to Valhalla? I've been there, done that. I don't want to go to Valhalla. What I want to see is the end of the universe. I want to see how this universe ends. You're like, okay, well, let's go. Like, but I'm dying. And you're not. Your soul can come with me. So his soul, Heimdall's soul, lifts from his dying corpse and stands up next to Jane. And Jane says, let's go to the journey into mystery, or whatever the shit that Thor first was getting there. And that's the end of the book. So,
okay.
Pretty cool. I'll tell you this, whoever drawing this shit, that artwork is awesome.
Oh,
like,
yeah?
Kino, some like shit like that. Jason Aaron, pretty cool story. I kind of knew that's how they were going to beat Bullseye, that they were going to have to just kill the sword. So, overall, 3.5 out of 5. Cool issue. I know people are going to hate on it because they think it's SJW, because it's SJW Valkyrie and Jane Foster is still trying to be a thing. But overall, it was a cool, entertaining story. Bullseye made a cool villain. Or whatever.
Cool.
You got anything else?
Well, the only other thing I read was Transformers 84. Gomer hooked me up with this, and this made me realize how much I don't know about the Transformers.
I don't know shit about the Transformers.
I'm like, oh shit. So this is basically a prequel to the old Marvel comic run back in 84.
Oh, and the old Marvel comic is canon to the 616.
Okay.
Like, when I was reading the Avengers, they used to make references to that book.
Oh, really? No shit.
Yeah.
So basically, this starts out with, it starts out with the cyber, or the civil war on Cybertron. That the planet Cybertron's like been blown off its orbit or its axis, and it's flying into a star or whatever. So they're trying to figure out what to do, how to save everybody, and building the Ark and shit. So they build the Ark, they fly out, to Earth back in medieval times and shit. And a bunch of Transformers that I don't know basically meet up with the Vikings and shit. Kind of what happens.
Okay.
I don't, because it takes place before, the 84 comic. All the like Prime and all those main characters, Megatron, all those motherfuckers, all the main characters are still sleeping, because that's what happens. Remember, they wake up.
Right, that's right. They landed in dinosaur age and they just stay asleep the whole time.
Yeah, they're still sleeping all those millions of years and shit. But this basically is about some Transformers actually woke up, and it ain't the ones that I know. So.
Oh well, we'll listen to Instruments of Destruction, and they'll have a 2-hour breakdown of this one comic. So
yeah, so I mean, the art is cool. It's got that old school G1 flavor. You know what I mean? But I found it a little confusing. But So I'll give it a 3 out of 5. I mean, it's cool. It's just like, okay, I don't know any of these people, and I guess if I am I'm not like, Gomer, like level.
He bleeds
fan.
this shit.
Yeah, so I'm sure he would appreciate. True Transformers fans would appreciate the shit out of this book.
Right.
On all the references. I was just like, I just remember the cartoons a lot and some of the toys, and I read some of the comics, but
how much you want to bet on the next Comic Cast episode he just takes over the show and just talks about this issue?
Yeah. Oh yeah, isn't it just him and there's only 2 of them, right? This week or something? I didn't listen to it yet. I just saw the preview. It was like only.
Oh, he's gonna run wild. He's gonna run wild.
Yeah, yeah.
He's gonna just take over. Gomer Unleashed. That's the name of that episode. Need to be whatever it is.
Yeah. So yeah, 3 out of 5. I mean, it was fun, even though I don't know what's going on. So cool.
I got one more book. I got one more book, but I'm not gonna go in detail about it. I just want to just mention it. History of Marvel Universe Part 2, number 2.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't read this either. Shit.
Yeah. So that book, it's pretty much, it just starts like in the 19th century, basically when Destiny and Mystique, get married, and like carries on to, I don't know, something. Blade gets his power, some shit like that. Basically, all this book is Marvel's retconning everything they did into one nice, condensed story. So any kind of retcon they did, they're basically saying that, oh no, this is how it's always been when it really hasn't. Like in the story, they got like the BC Avengers, when Odin and the original Black Panther, made a team, and then they had it when Nick Fury had a team in the 50s, with Sabretooth, and basically that was like his version of the first Avengers, like the first time Nick Fury made an Avengers team. And remember how, in the 60s when they wrote the book, like Reed Richards and the Thing met in the Vietnam War, and Frank Miller met in the Vietnam War.
I heard something about they were retconning a bunch of shit about Vietnam.
They read, like Rhodey was in Vietnam, so they changed that according to this book. So it's no longer the Vietnam War, it's the Viet Cong War. They changed it.
Oh, is that like some made up country or some shit that?
Right. And they said Mandarin was over that country or whatever.
Yeah, Mandarin was from that country.
Yeah, just some shit they just made up. They didn't say when it took place. It just happened whenever. So it's done. So Punisher is no longer a Vietnam vet. He's a Viet Cong vet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So now they can place the timeline whenever the fuck they want to. So they can just whenever. So basically, if you want to,
that's still better than like the Gulf War vet that he was.
Yeah, the Gulf War thing, and
trying to make him younger and shit.
Yeah, that was
whatever.
Like. Okay, whatever. So yeah, honestly, it's pretty interesting because here's the thing: the biggest myth people have about Marvel, and this book single-handedly proves what I've been saying the entire time. People saying that Marvel never retcons and Marvel never reboots the universe. That is bullshit. Because this book pretty much is just nothing but, it's not, I won't say it's a reboot, but what they do is just like whatever happened like the last 5 or 10 years, they just cherry pick here and there and say, okay, boom, here's the universe. Now some shit that comes, if it's not in this book, then it means they ignored it. And not that they retconned it, and not that it just never fucking happened. Fuck it. So what this book does is just take a condensed run through of what they want you to remember in the Marvel Universe. If it's not in this book, fuck it. Just pay no attention to it. But if it's here, that's when it happened. It's saying when it happened, how it happened. Like remember how Blade was bitten by Morbius and that's how he got his powers and shit like that? Fuck that. That never happened.
Oh, yeah? Well, how did he get his powers?
Yeah. He got bitten by Deacon Frost like back in the 1800s, some shit like that, and that's got his powers. He's immortal.
So he's been around life since the 1800s, huh?
Or the 1900s. I can't remember. One of those things like that. But anyway, all that bullshit is a retcon. That's basically what I was trying to say.
Okay.
Because they had one book where I read that he was teaming up with Luke Cage's dad back in the 70s.
Mm-hmm.
And he had his blade powers and shit then. So Marvel just does whatever the fuck they want to because they're Marvel. They don't just make no huge announcement like DC, like, oh, we're going to reboot the universe. Boom. No. Marvel just cherry picks and just do whatever the fuck they want to. But this book damn near feels like a crisis. Like it damn near feels like that's what it feels like. Like they just, this is the way the universe is now. Read this shit. This is how we're moving going forward. That's
cool.
how I feel. So pretty interesting book. I'm gonna sit down and read it again because That way because if you want to know where the Marvel Universe, like what their canon is now, read this. Fuck whatever happened before, read this. And you know where they're going. So that's all I got. We got anything else?
I'm dead.
That's all I got. Okay. Like I said, we ran through a whole bunch of stuff. Hope this was not an epic one like we've been doing these Lord of the Ring link podcasts we've been doing. If you listen this long, definitely listen to our sister podcast, Geek Sav. Eli, I'm gonna give you some credit. The last episode you had, I want to say that is the best podcast you had last week.
Which one?
The one where you talked like 2 hours on Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Oh, the very last one.
Yeah, the very last one, the most recent one, or maybe this week. I don't know.
Yeah, it was just the other day. Yeah, we just released that the other day.
Oh, I don't know why I thought it was like 2 days ago or something like that. But anyway, awesome episode.
Cool, thanks.
Yeah, it sounded like you're saving all the really good introspective stuff for your own podcast. So it's cool. I'm gonna let Leroy talk about this cartoon shit.
You ain't seen the movie yet. I would definitely.
I haven't seen it.
I would talk the shit out of it on here if you've seen it.
Yeah, I know. So I can't. I had no input on it right now. But it's cool. Also, it's the Comic Cast. Like I said, there's a new Transformer book came out that we know shit about. So Ryan's gonna take over that show. I'm the captain now.
Yeah, I should listen to that, man.
I'm gonna listen to that. He also has another podcast, which is This Geeks and Comics, which he's probably also going to talk about the Transformers book there. He also has another podcast called Instruments of Destruction, where he probably even going to talk about the book then. So you probably
that's going to be exclusively all about 84. Yeah,
right. Just we also have Hoodoo TV. Get Valiant. Get Valiant is dropping new podcast now. I listened to the other day, so they got like 3 guys on there now. So good for them.
Ooh. Yeah, they got a new guy,
Yeah, they got a new guy, so they're working that thing out. Talking Balls, right around the corner. It's coming. It's like Galactus, right over our head.
Yeah, a couple of weeks, yeah.
Yeah, we have only a few more weeks left, And yeah, that's it. Next week, we'll talk about some other stuff. I'm pretty sure some even more wilder shit will happen, or maybe this Spider-Man thing will make some new noise. We don't know. We just sit back and just wait for the news to happen and just react to it from there. Because dumb shit is happening every week for some reason. Oh, Eli, we're also boycotting Olive Garden.
Are we? That's fine.
Yeah. We'll let you know next week what we're boycotting.
I'm Italian and I don't eat at that place.
I like their free breadsticks, but that's just me. Okay. Until then, this is Leroy.
This is Eli.
And we will talk to you guys next week. Same bullet time, same bullet channel.